Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into what is honestly one of the most incredible transformations in all of storytelling history. We're going to explore together how the relationship between two absolutely iconic jungle animals, the playful monkey and the powerful tiger, has completely evolved. We're talking about a dramatic shift across centuries of folklore, literature, and modern media. So, think about it for a second. The monkey and the tiger. Are they deadly foes? Or are they the perfect team? It's a pretty stark contrast, isn't it? Well, the answer actually depends entirely on which era of stories you happen to be reading. As you'll see, our perception of these jungle animals has shifted massively, from some really dark, cautionary tales of basic survival, all the way to joyful celebrations of teamwork. All right, let's take a quick look at our roadmap for today's explainer. First, we'll cover The Law of the Jungle, then Anansi's Dark Spiderweb, followed by The Ungrateful Tiger Fable. From there, we'll look at Rewriting the Jungle Rules, A Thrilling Modern Friendship, and finally, Swinging to a Happy Day. Okay, let's jump right into Section 1, The Law of the Jungle, A World of Danger. To really understand where we are today, we kind of have to look at where we started, right? Traditional fables were, at their core, survival tools. They were designed with this slightly dramatic, cautionary tone, specifically to warn children about the harsh realities of the real world. The foundational logic here was brutal, honestly. The jungle was a place of trickery, betrayal, and absolute survival of the fittest. Animals in these old stories rarely, if ever, worked together out of the goodness of their hearts. Instead, they were usually locked in this desperate, unending battle for resources or dominance. Which brings us to Section 2, Anansi's Dark Spiderweb, featuring the ultimate trickster. So if you really want to see this traditional, ruthless law in action, you don't need to look any further than one of the most famous characters in Caribbean and African folktales, Anansi. Now, who exactly is he? Well, he's a cunning, highly intelligent spider, but he's also often incredibly cruel and, frankly, super greedy. He uses reckless magic, which makes him a very, very dangerous friend to have. His primary enemies happen to be the tiger and the lion. And let me tell you, their interactions are never about friendship. No way. They are strictly about asserting dominance through brutal and often humiliating trickery. Get this. Take this shocking little anecdote from the tiny tales of Anansi. So Anansi actually tricks Tiger into believing that he got rich by selling his deceased grandmother. And believing this ridiculous lie, Tiger literally goes and does the exact same thing. He drives into town, shouting, trying to sell his dead grandmother, only to be promptly thrown in jail. It is an incredibly dark, merciless dynamic. Anansi basically tricked Tiger into ruining his own life, which just proves that in the traditional jungle, predators and tricksters were absolutely ruthless. Let's move on to Section 3, The Ungrateful Tiger Fable, where we see trust broken. Now, what's really interesting here is that this theme of broken trust isn't just limited to Anansi stories. It is perfectly illustrated in stories like those found in the Golden Fables from India. In one of them, we see this incredibly kind monkey doctor who is selflessly wrapping bandages around a tiger's injured paws. The monkey is treating the tiger with medicine and just pure, genuine kindness. It looks like the start of a beautiful friendship, doesn't it? It gives you this total false sense of security. But then, suddenly, out of nowhere, bam! A vicious betrayal. The tiger returns to the clinic later, but instead of showing even an ounce of gratitude to the doctor who literally healed him, he roars and pounces, trying to eat the monkey. It really reinforces that harsh old lesson we talked about. Predators are bound by their nature, and they absolutely cannot be trusted. The crucial takeaway from the Golden Fables is pretty simple: return kindness with kindness, or trouble follows. Because in the story, the tiger's betrayal actually backfires on him. A giant elephant ends up saving the monkey, and later on, when that same tiger gets hurt again, he finds himself completely isolated, surrounded by sneaky hyenas. And nobody comes to help him, simply because he broke the trust of the jungle. All right, let's shift gears completely in Section 4, Rewriting the Jungle Rules, exploring a major cultural shift. As modern media emerged, creators essentially flipped this old, dangerous dynamic completely upside down, and this brilliantly illustrates that evolution. On one side, we have the traditional jungle we just spent time exploring, defined by trickery, betrayal, predators versus prey, and mere survival. But look at the modern side today. The media that children consume focuses heavily on teamwork, empathy, music, and friendship.
Modern stories use these exact same animal characters to actively support social emotional development, teaching kids to be gentle and cooperative instead of fearful. And that brings us perfectly to Section 5, a thrilling modern friendship where teamwork saves the day. Let's look at a modern animated story that actively models this new sense of trust. So when Max the monkey and Raja the tiger unexpectedly cross paths, there is absolutely no violence. Raja actually promises not to hurt the little monkey. Later on, when the ground starts shaking and they find themselves trapped, Raja uses his massive strength to lift the trap, saving both of them. And when they're chased by fierce predators, they completely rely on Raja's speed and Max's agility to escape. The tiger is now a protector rather than a traitor. This completely subverts those old Anansi and Golden Fable tropes we just talked about. Finally, let's wrap up with Section 6, Swinging to a Happy Day, focusing on the ultimate joy. Modern nursery rhymes celebrate this bond in just the most joyful, upbeat ways imaginable. Take the song Monkey and Tiger's Happy Day. It starts off with, "Monkey swung from tree to tree, come and play along with me." And the tiger smiles with his bright stripes, ready to have fun from morning to night. Notice how words like giggle and clap completely replace the fear and aggressive roaring of the traditional jungle. Instead of hunting each other down, they're dancing around the forest floor. The monkey is sharing a bunch of bananas with his forest friends, while the tiger finds cool, sparkling water for everyone to drink. They are even drumming on hollow logs together. It's just so much fun. We see this exact same theme reflected in the Jungle Gym rhymes, too. It says, "Monkey flips and tiger leaps, wild energy that never sleeps." And the absolute key phrase there is right in the next line, "a perfect team." That is the ultimate proof of this narrative shift. They aren't deadly foes locked in a brutal battle for survival anymore. They are harmonious best friends, literally living life inside a dream. The Happy Day poem concludes just beautifully, saying, "Monkey, tiger, side by side, friendship is our greatest pride." In the song, they even pause their playing to help a slow little turtle cross a path where flowers grow, singing that kindness makes our hearts so strong. So why does all this matter? Well, because the stories we tell our children fundamentally shape how they view the world. These characters are no longer just warnings about a dangerous, scary world. They have become powerful, active tools to teach empathy, kindness, and love. So from cautionary predators out to trick and literally eat each other, to dancing best friends, sharing bananas, and helping turtles cross the road. Which jungle story will you tell next? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this encourages you to think a bit more critically about the media shaping our next generation. Keep learning, keep exploring, and I'll see you next time.